They say you can feel a shift in someone before you can explain it. That's how it started with Emily. Nothing obvious at first, just small, almost invisible changes that most people would ignore. But when you've been married for 8 years, you notice. I noticed. Her eyes didn't hold mine as long when I spoke. Her smile felt delayed, like it had to travel from somewhere far away. She started keeping her phone face down, always within reach, and she stopped leaving it plugged in. Across the room at night, there were missed calls she never explained, and once, I saw a text flash on her screen before she swiped it away. I didn't catch the name. She bought new clothes, beautiful things I'd never seen her wear around me. She'd say she was going shopping with friends, but come back empty-handed, claiming she didn't find anything. And the way she touched me, or rather, didn't, a quick kiss on the cheek instead of the lingering kind, a shoulder brush instead of her arms round me. Still, I told myself it was stress. She'd been under pressure at work. Maybe she needed space. Maybe it was nothing. That's the dangerous word I kept feeding myself, nothing. One night, we sat on the couch in silence. The TV on, but neither of us watching. She was scrolling on her phone, then moving quickly, a faint smirk curling her lips. It hit me then, that cold, creeping dread in my bones, but I swallowed it down. I didn't want to be that husband, the paranoid, jealous one who sees shadows in the dark. So I told myself she loved me. I told myself she was just tired. I told myself, lies. It was late, almost midnight, when she spoke. We were lying in bed, backs to each other, the air between us heavy and stale. Alex, she said softly, maybe we should try couples therapy. For a moment, I just stared at the ceiling. Part of me felt relief. This was her reaching out, right? A sign she still wanted us to work. Yeah, I said. I think that's a great idea. The day of the appointment, she was unusually quiet, in the car. I glanced over and caught her twisting her wedding ring around her finger over and over. I thought it was nerves about talking to a stranger, about opening up. I smiled, trying to reassure her, telling her I was glad we were doing this. She only nodded. When we arrived, the office smelled faintly of lavender. The walls were lined with soft colors and abstract art. A small water fountain trickled in the corner. Dr. Lawson, a middle-aged man with kind eyes and an easy smile, welcomed us in. We sat on opposite ends of a plush couch. Dr. Lawson leaned forward and asked, "So, what brings you both here today?" I went first. I told him about the distance between us, about how I missed the way we used to talk, laugh, touch. I spoke from the heart, explaining I wanted to close whatever gap had opened up between us. The more I talked, the more hopeful I felt, like maybe this was the start of something good. Emily sat quietly beside me, hands clasped in her lap. I thought she was just waiting her turn. I didn't realize I was standing in the middle of a trap I couldn't see yet. Dr. Lawson turned to Emily. "And how about you, Emily? What's your perspective?" She didn't look at him or at me. Her eyes stayed fixed on her clenched hands. Then she took a breath, let it out slowly, and said, almost casually, "I'm in love with someone else." The words landed like a sledgehammer to the chest. My ears rang. I sat frozen as she went on, talking about lunches I never knew she had, trips she said were for work, nights she came home late. She spoke with this unnerving calm, like she was reading a grocery list. I forced myself to breathe, to keep my voice even. "Why bring me here to tell me that?" I asked. She looked at me then, her eyes soft in a way that made me want to hate her. "Because I wanted to see if you'd fight for me, but you deserve better. I'm leaving." She stood, smoothed her skirt, and walked out, the door clicking shut behind her. I stayed on that couch, staring at the empty space where she'd been. Dr. Lawson's voice broke through the fog. "Do you want to stop for today?" I shook my head. "No, I'll be okay." It was a lie, but it was all I had left. A week later, I learned that someone else was Mark, my best friend since we were kids, my best man, my brother in everything but blood. When I confronted him, he just shrugged. It just happened. Man, 6 months later, Emily married him. 2 years after that, he cheated on her. She called me in tears, saying she finally understood my pain. I told her she made her choice, and I hung up. Betrayal begins the moment someone stops choosing you, and sometimes the only way to win is to walk away.